coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
Yeah, he's screaming, "You better look at me, B, look at me, B." And just banging on and dudes is hearing all this, so now dudes is curious. So dudes come to the door and look, they see this big old muscle dude from the back standing up there naked, banging on the window, man. You just had to get off of the door, man, because you like, man, Hurt done lost it, man. Hurt is crazy. And he just banging on there, telling me, you see me, B-I-C-T-H, you see me. You know what I'm saying? And she terrified up in there. Terrified, man. She done called the other police. 5, 6, 7 men police come running around there. They coming to the bars. They tell me, get downtown. He ain't scared. He ain't scared. He cussing them out. F you. Come in here, get me down. She gonna see this today. I'm tired of her playing with me. You know, so they just can only holler at them. They can only scream at them. They can choose to go suit up, put on their shields, nightstick and all that and come in there and mess with them. But they chose not to, you know. Only thing they did was got the woman out of the booth, changed her with a male officer, and that was the end of it. She ain't even never work over there no more. She was terrified of him. To the best of my understanding, she quit. She ended up quitting like about a month later because she couldn't even take it no more. You know what I'm saying? Dude was like I tell you, man, he was different, man. He was a different type of dude, man. And I can remember we going out for rec, man. We be going out for rec. We be on that basketball court. He tried to get on the basketball court all the time and try to play ball with dudes, and he can't play. He can't shoot at all. Only thing he got is rebounding ability. He can get a rebound and, you know, throw a pass and all of that. But other than that, he couldn't play at all. But hey, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You know, so he got on the court, and man, I can remember being on the court with him one day playing, and he was on my team. My team, man. I never forget it, man. And he get the rebound and turn around and try to throw the ball to another dude, but I'm right beside him. And when he go to throw the ball to the other dude, his big old rough hands hit me right in the eye. I'm like right here, and he throw the ball, hit me right in the eye. Man, I'm like, boom. I said, what did you doing, Herc? He said, oh, my bad. I'm like, good God, man, I'm on your team, though. He said, I ain't see you, man. I ain't see you, my bad. So I run on there in the court, but I could feel, you know, the little pain in my eye. So he hit me right on the top of my eyelid. So as I'm running there in the court and the ball goes in transition and I'm coming back, I feel something running down my face. So I wipe my face. I keep on playing. I wipe my face again. I look at my hand. I got blood coming out. I'm like, man, this dude done cut my eye open, man. I am mad as I don't know what. I'm like, man. I said, man, Herc, man, you done cut me, man. My bad. Let me see it. Let me see. I said, man, get away from me, man. I told you it was a mistake, man. I said, yeah, all right, man. Okay, yeah, come on, man. So I asked another dude. I said, man, this John bad. He said, man, I don't know. You might have had stitches, you know. So I had to call the people, tell the people I got cut playing basketball, man. I need to go to medical. I go over there, go to medical, man. The people tell me I need stitches. Man, they got to send me out to get stitches. They send me out to get stitches. I was told, whether it's true or not, I don't know. I was told that I was the first one, especially from prison. I don't know if he meant overall whatever, to receive that stuff. They called it, if I can remember, man, I think it's called Durabond. Well, it won't actually stitches. It was some type of glue to stitch your stuff together that they were starting to use instead of stitches. And they put that on my eye, and it's supposed to last for a certain amount of time, and it'll dissolve itself, and it will close the wound. But I was like one of the first dudes to get it. Definitely like one of the first ones in the system. But yeah, I got them, man. Herc actually gave me a couple of stitches in my eye, man, from my basketball team. He on my team. You understand? My team. But yeah, I remember that, man. That's one of my memories about him, man. Every time I used to see him, because I ran into him years later, I used to say, man, you know you messed my eye up, don't you? Yeah, man, you know I ain't mean that. brother, you know I ain't mean that. But yeah, I used to say that to him when I ran into him again, man. But yeah, he was different, man, real different. And he was, like I say, his athleticism was off the chain. He used to get all the little young dudes out there and trick them out their money. Trick them out their money. Bet him he could do them one-leg squats. He used to tell them, I bet you I could hold my hands to the side, hold this leg in the air, squat all the way down. My feet gonna stay flat on the ground. If my heel raise up, you win. If my butt don't touch the back of my ankle, you win. If I stumble, you win. But if I do it correctly, then you pay me. Man, them dudes tried to do one leg squats themselves and saw how hard it was that they couldn't do it. They couldn't believe he could do it. Every time he used to get them. Every time he bet one of them, he used to get them. And I remember one dude asked me, he said, man, you think he can do that, man? That's impossible, man. I said, man, don't bet. Don't bet. That's the best I can tell you. He bet him anyway. He still lost. But yeah, that's how freakishly strong he was. Now, this right here may sound incredible, and it may sound unbelievable. But I'm telling you what I seen with my eyes. He also used to bet dudes that he can kick the basketball net, the bottom of the net. Our basketball court is, it's 10 feet with the nets hanging down, however low the nets hang. He said that he could jump, stand flat up under the rim, jump, kick his leg up in the air, and at least nip the nets. I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it. You see what I'm saying? And he won money out there doing it. Every time somebody new would come on there, he'd try to bet him, and they go for the okie doke, and he'd trick them every time. I'm telling y'all this to give y'all some type of idea how freakishly athletic and strong this cat was. You see what I'm saying? But yet you still had dudes that were cell gangsters that used to get behind that cell and think they could talk trash to him because they always thought that he would never be able to get to him. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of them made the costly mistake of believing that. Because, man, if he could get to you and he tell you he gonna get you, you can write that down in your calendar because he gonna get you. But yeah, he just was crazy, man. He was a real wild dude. And that time that I was around him on Mecklenburg, I got that understanding. I got that locked in my head that the dude was a little bit off. I ended up leaving Mecklenburg, like I say, years later. He stayed in the hole. I only seen him when you go to the hole. And I left. And to my understanding one time, man, they let Herc out, And then, like I say, all of this stuff is penitentiary hearsay, but trust me, it's in the grapevine in penitentiary. But whether he did these things or not did these things, he ended up being in segregation for these things. But I heard that he also got out, man, for a little while, briefly, won't even long, and he ended up assaulting the librarian lady, assaulted her, supposed to try to, sexually assault her and beat her up viciously, with his hands, and real bad. Ended up being back in long-term seg again, And I heard he stayed in long-term seg until his actual sentence was up, right? And when his actual sentence was up, your prison time sentence, he had exceeded his prison time sentence all the way till he mandatory. They gotta let him go. But they got this thing called civil, I think it's called civil commitment. Whereas to the state can say you finished doing your time, but they don't think you fit for society, and they can actually hold you until they feel like you fit to be released. Or either you be released under certain type of conditions. So I heard he was held all the way until his release, man, and they civilly committed him, and they still held him for a little long after that. I don't know if it was years, months, or whatever, but I heard they held him a little longer after that. But I do know he ended up going to the streets for a while. It was brief, but he did end up going to the streets. Yeah, him, Hercules, this monster. He went to the streets because they had no other choice but to let him go because he had fulfilled his commitment to his time, did his time. So he went out on the streets, man, and to the best of my knowledge, man, he wasn't even out there 2 years, man, maybe a year and some change. He got into some type of situation. I don't know what the situation was, But I do know for a fact he ended up back in prison. That's a fact, because I ran into him again when I was up in the mountains on Wallace Ridge, the hell cage. I ran into him again. He ended up coming in my block that I was in. And this was, when I ran into him, I think it was like 2012, maybe 12 or 13, something like that. And I could remember seeing him when I first seen him. I knew it was him because I know his face or whatever. He was still cut up and big. He had lost a little size, but he was still muscular, still working out every day, still tricking dudes with workout. He looked older in the face, but he was still, physically fit. And yeah, they put him in there, man. He walked up to me, spoke to me and everything. I got to speaking to him and everything. What's up? You know what I'm saying? How you been? What's going on? What's up with your brothers? Just in the third. And he also said, he told me that briefly he was out there. He said they violated him. He told me, man, they tell me letting me out. And they had me out here with all these conditions. Then they got people following me every day. And every time I turn around, somebody followed me. They actually had somebody out there on the street following me every day. Everywhere I went, I just couldn't take it. I couldn't take it, man. So I don't know what he did. He didn't never say exactly what he did, but I do know, like I say, he got violated. He ended up back in prison, man. And man, he was still doing the same old crazy stuff, man. But they had him actually in population on Wallace Ridge. You understand me? And like I told you, Wallace Ridge is a different beast too, because I'm sure he won't used to this type of stuff, because it won't nothing like this, till they brought up all this Wallace Ridge, Red Onion, such. It won't none of this stuff at first prior. Back then when we was doing time, Mecklenburg was all of that, rolled into one. No matter how crazy you was, no matter how wild you was, no matter how violent you was going to end up on Mecklenburg. And it won't no other place to go. This is, the buck stop right here. You know what I'm saying? Death row is here. Out of control cats is here. That's it. You ain't going nowhere else. But then they got this Red Onion, Wallace Ridge, Sussex 1, Sussex 2, and all these places got guns and dogs. So they going to shoot you and put the dog on you if you out of order. So that's a whole different type of dynamics right there, man. You could actually lose your life by the administration. So, I know he won't used to that. So, he had to act accordingly like everybody else. But far as with these inmates and far as with dudes he had to deal with on a daily basis, he was still that same old animal, man. I remember he was in the cell with a little young dude from out of Alexandria. And the little young dude was a little light-skinned dude. He wasn't no more like 22, 23 years old. He got a boatload of time. Him and his family was pulling all types of crimes or something out there. They was allegedly doing some type of money fraud things and robberies at the same time. The whole family, man, it's supposed to be like him, his brother, his sister, his mother. It's like 6 of them, man. And the mother and like her 6 children. And they was all pulling these type of robberies or something supposedly out there in the Northern Virginia area. So he ended up with a whole rack of time. People knew about his case or whatever because it was supposed to be a big old case. But he was a small dude, man, no more than about 140 pounds, man. Little bitty dude, vegetarian, ain't eating nothing but beans all day, every day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All he ate was beans, So, man, he had the unfortunate and the misfortune of them putting Herc in the cell with him. Man, I knew right then and there that was going to be a problem. I knew right then and there it was a matter of time. Something was going to go on, man. And it wasn't even a week before he was in that cell with Herc, man. He was coming out in the pod because he was a timid dude anyway. He was coming out in the pod telling people, man, my cell partner crazy, man. He crazy. He just be doing crazy stuff in there, man. And I don't know what's wrong with him, man. He sleep on the floor. He take his mattress off and put it on the floor. He right there beside me because I'm on the bottom bunk, man. He right there beside me, man, on the floor, man. And he was scared. He was scared. He didn't know what to do. He was intimidated. Then he said that Herc was leaning on him in there and doing a lot of weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Weird stuff. So he said, man, dude was asking him like, what you mean like weird? He was like, you know, normally when you in the cell with another dude and you got to go to the bathroom, man, you know, you tell your cellie using the bathroom, whether you know, urinating or whatever, and your cellie make arrangements, man. Either he'll roll over in the bed, put his sheets over his head, his covers over his head or whatever until you finish, or do whatever it is he got to do. But to give you a little bit of privacy. Man, he said Herc was up in that joint. He said Herc would go over to the toilet and would not tell him nothing, and instead of facing the door like we usually do, we face the door so your back will be to your cell pot. Man, he said Herc was up in that joint going around using the bathroom without warning him and facing him. Yeah, man, he said Herc was using the bathroom facing him. So he said he would look up and see the man using the bathroom and turn around and say, man, why you ain't tell me to use the bathroom? He said, man, Herc be in there talking about, you all right, you all right. And he was terrified. So, but that's one of the worst things you could do in prison is to come outside of your cell and talk amongst other dudes about what's going on inside your cell. Because if that information get back to your cell partner, then 10 times out of 10, your cell partner gonna have an issue with you. You see what I'm saying? And that's what happened to him. He out there running his mouth, not knowing nothing, being green, talking about Hurt, what's going on in the cell, and it get back to Hurt, and man, Hurt just turned the pressure up on him in the cell, get him in the cell, tell him, man, you out in the block telling my business? You telling my business? You know what I'm saying? So dude was terrified, man. He was scared to death. He didn't know what to do. So he literally said now, Herc had told him that, oh, since you want to go out in the pod to tell something, I'm going to give you something to tell. So he said that Herc used to get up in the cell and take all his clothes off and just walk around naked while he in the cell. This big old black muscle dude walking around in the cell naked while he in the cell. So he said now every time he go in the cell, he just get on his bunk and just cover his whole head up and stay right there till the door's open. And man, he was just terrified, but he was still coming out trying to solicit help is what he was trying to do when he's talking to other people. But when nobody go and mess with Hurt, man, and that's your problem. That ain't nobody else's problem. But that's what he was trying to do. Is like he was trying to solicit help, but he won't get no, you know what I'm saying, he won't get no satisfaction out there. I can remember talking to Hurt one day, man. He walked down there when he seen me standing out the cell. He come down there, holler at me, whatever. And he would start talking about, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but he started talking about his celly. He was like, man, I got this little B. That's what he called him in there. He's in my cell, little punk. He's scared to death. Come out here running his mouth talking about what's going on in that cell. I know what he want. I know what he want. He want me to do something to him. I ain't do nothing to him. I don't want his little self. I don't even want him. But that what he want. That what he act like. So I'm looking at Herc. I said, Herc, man, that man don't want that, man. Oh, yes he do. Yes he do. He be looking at me. I said, Herc, man, that man don't want that, man. I said, man, that man terrified of you, man. That man scared to death of you, man. You know, Herc said, yeah, well, he ought to be. He ought to be. So, like I say, man, he had a different mentality. But it was, see, when you dealing with him, you got to deal with him. He ain't gonna fade away. He ain't going nowhere. This is what you got to do when you're in prison. You got to deal with all issues and all, drama right there. You can't get rid of. You know what I'm saying? Only people can get rid of them is administration. So, and like I say, man, dude, he tried to last it out in there, man, because don't nobody want to go to that seg, and you definitely ain't want to go to that seg up there in Wallace Ridge. So, I mean, I guess he just couldn't take it no more, man. He waited one day for commissary. He got a whole rack of commissary, and he went to the people and told them he wanted to go to jail. He couldn't stay out here no more. They asked him why. He tried to keep it, real because he knew the value of snitching in there. So I guess he didn't want to really tell, that Hurt had pressure on him. So he just told the people and insisted that he wanted to go to jail. Even had his people call up there telling them that they better move him. So they came and locked him up, after commissary. And when they lock him up, he go to jail or whatnot, and people see him checking in. They, oh, he checked in. Oh, scared dude, he checked in, whatever. So they walk him on out, take him on out. So about an hour later, they come back to his cell to get his property, right? Because they got to get his property. Now, your cell partner is left in the cell. That's the only person that can pack your property and give it to him to decipher what's yours, what's his. So Herc packed up his property, gave him the property, they leave, right? Man, them people won't go on for no more than about maybe 45 minutes. And they come back and ask Herc where the rest of the man's property at, where his food. He said he got a whole lot of food. He just went to commissary, he just bought food. Herc told him he ain't got no food. He don't know what they talking about, you know. So they leave again, right? And the doors don't open. As the doors open, Herc was going to probably bring the food out and give it to somebody else. But the doors ain't open. So later on, they turn around and come back, and they got the boy commissary slip, what he ordered, you know, everything on the list that he ordered or whatever. They open the cell, go in there with Herc, cover him up, go through all the stuff, find all the boy food on there, asking Herc where the food come from. Herc said he ordered too. They said, well, where your commissary slip at? Herc ain't got now. They locked Herc up for extortion and stealing and locked him up. I did not see him no more. I didn't end up running into him no more. I only just heard different things about him. The last I had heard, he was still up there, up in the mountains somewhere. By now, I know he got good age on him, but I guarantee you, wherever he at, he probably still in tip-top shape. You know what I'm saying? And he's still bat crazy. Bat crazy. I don't know what. Herc actually said something to me one time. It's like one of the craziest things that I ever heard come out of a human being mouth, you know. And that's why I never forgot it. And I never would. When I was talking to a dude the other day, when their name came up, what prompted me to do this story, I told him that and stuff. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, man, I ain't never heard nobody talk like that. I can remember Herc was, he didn't have no whole lot of people in his corner for whatever reason. But one person he said he had in his corner all the time for me talking to him was his grandmother. So his grandmother was the only one that would ever come see him over years and years and years and decades of doing time. Was the only one that would send him some money. Now, mind you, this is grandmother, so she ain't got no whole lot of money to send. I'm assuming she sent him $20, $25, $10, $15 or something like that. When you in prison, you ain't got nothing. That's a lot of money. And then also, it's the thought that counts that somebody on the outside is thinking about you and kind enough to send you something. That wasn't the case with Herc. Herc used to get the money and look at it. And he ball it up when he get the receipt. This little bitch, she could have kept this, you know. And I'm like, man, this dude crazy. You know what I'm saying? And she actually was coming to see him, not often, but you know, every now and then, maybe every couple of months or something, she might get a ride up there and come see him just so she could get him out there and get him something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Eat some regular food or something out the machine or whatever, the vending machine. But man, he used to complain about that and everything because he said he keep telling her to bring a female up there. I need a female. Bring a female up there. I need to see a woman. I need to touch a woman. I need to smell a woman. So his grandmother is like, I don't got no female. I ain't bring nobody up here. He's just demanding and telling her that that's what she need to do. So, man, I can remember he went over to a visit one time, man. It was his grandmother, and he had supposedly had told her to bring a female and kept on pressing her, and she said she was going to ask somebody or something, but evidently whoever it was didn't want to come or didn't come. That man went over there and visited and came back. He went over there 15 minutes and come back, and this man said that his grandmother came up to see him, but she did not bring no female up there. And he said he cussed his grandmother out and say, why you keep coming up here without bringing me no woman up here? She tells him she can't find no woman. He tells her, well, I can't do nothing to you. I can't do nothing to you. I need a woman. I need to touch a woman, squeeze a woman, feel on a woman. I need to F a woman. I can't do nothing to you. Don't come back up here no more unless you trying to do that. And man, that joke just floored me. Floored. He actually said that to his grandmother, and I know that sounds crazy and it should sound shocking to y'all, but that just show you the mentality of some cats or what the system would create your mentality to be. I don't know if he was like that before he came to prison or not. I only know him from prison, but I know he twisted up here, man. He real twisted. This is the only person that's showing you love. Not only that, it's your family, it's your blood, and you would say something like that to them. The only person sending you money, the only person to come see you, you know, and this is what you would say. Man, I said, Hurt, man, I said, that's wrong, bro. I don't care what you say. I said, I'm just telling you, bro, that's crazy, man. It ain't crazy. It ain't crazy. It ain't crazy. She ain't got to come up here no more. And I looked straight in his face and said, she probably won't. She probably won't, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just so disrespectful and so out of bounds that someone would even think like that, let alone say that out your mouth, you know? So, yeah, man, old Hurt, man, he was a different breed, a real different breed. But like I say, in prison, you run into all kinds, you know, from all walks of life, and man, you can't never get to the point where you say you won't be surprised, because you will be surprised. You can't get to the point where you say you won't be shocked. You will be shocked, because there's things that happen in there that don't happen nowhere else. It's a different world, it's a different type of environment, man. It's a different atmosphere, and you got a lot of craziness in there, man. And that's why, like I say, I feel so blessed, man, so mightily blessed, man, to have come up out of that, man, because I've seen some chaotic times and some crazy people, and them been around them in the midst of them, and had to deal with them, because you got no other choice, you know. And like I say, Hurt was a force to be reckoned with, because if you're around him, you're gonna have to deal with him and all of his foolishness. If you don't want to deal with it, then you're gonna have to deal with the consequences of what comes behind it. If you want some drama, he open for that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, he was a dude, man, that he had some real serious issues going on with him, man. I wish him well. You know, I definitely wish him well, because I wish everybody well. But I don't know where he at today or what's going on with him today, or I doubt it very seriously if he ever sees the streets again. So he's somewhere probably still incarcerated, but who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? You know, but I know this is a different type of video. I know this video got some type of content that y'all may not have heard from me before, but I feel like this video was necessary. It's necessary because this actually happens in prison. And I'm being mild in my description. I'm being mild in my depiction of some of these dudes, because of the simple fact that I don't think that need to be said in detail to get the point across. You understand what I'm saying? You could tell by what I'm telling you about him and the things I've told you about him that, you know, this ain't no cat you want to run across. And that's what I want you to understand. That's the message that I want to get out. You could tell by some of the events that I explained that's going on in prison, you could tell that you don't want to be in that environment. You don't want to be around that type of chaos. That's the message that I want to get across. It's irrelevant, the details about what they was doing and who they was doing it with or when they was doing it. To me, that's irrelevant. I want people to understand out there that, especially these young cats, don't get caught up in the hype out here, man, and think that you can make it in prison. Think that prison ain't nothing but a cakewalk, or think that, oh, I'm going to do this out here, I ain't worrying about prison. Yeah, you wrong, bro. You wrong. You dead wrong. You understand me? You need to enjoy this freedom. You need to embrace this freedom. You need to feel blessed that you out here. If you're going through some struggles, you can't get a job, you can't do it, it don't make no difference. Just keep on pushing. Keep on pushing, man. Some will break through for you. If you stay positive got to follow. Positive results will follow. But if you go left and you start doing negativity and negative stuff, or you get into the criminal life, or you get into all this other chaos, anything that will send you to penitentiary, you at risk to running into these type of cats. You at risk into running into these type of cats, and ain't no telling what might happen. You see what I'm saying? But furthermore, you're going to be without your freedom. You're going to be without your freedom. All these free choices that you got out here today, you're going to be without every single one of them. You know what I'm saying? Irregardless if you ain't got a job, irregardless if money tight, irregardless if you looking for a place to stay, in there is still worse than all of that combined. You understand me? So keep that in mind, man. It's not a game in there. It's not a joke, man. It's viciousness in there. It's foul play in there. And it's more larceny that you can possibly think of. You know, and if you want to live like that every day, you keep taking these chances out here on the street. And I promise you, I just told a young dude the other day, they take everybody. They don't care age, race, religion. They don't care. They will take you. They got a bed for you. So keep that in mind, man, while you out here, man. And like I say, it's a blessing in every lesson, man. And I hope, you know, somebody can get a blessing out of this lesson, man, to change your mentality if you're not thinking right, to change your ways if you're not moving right. You know what I'm saying? To change your thought process if you ain't thinking right. Because prison ain't for you, brother. It's not for a human being, period. It's filled with human beings that's being treated inhumane. So that ain't where you want to be. These young cats out here now, man, I think, you know, like a week or two, not far from where I'm at now, man, somebody just shot a little young dude and killed him, like about 23, 24. But they say he was out here doing this, that, and the third, and that just came back up on him. But my thing is, what he's doing could have got him either what he got or prison. And whoever took the initiative to put the bullet in him, prison is waiting for them too, or the same fate that they imposed on somebody else. All of that is lose-lose, man. All of that is lose-lose all the way around the board, man. Live your life, find something you like that you could be productive in and it will make you money, and just live your life and let the chips fall where they may. But just try to stay on the straight and narrow, man. And like I say, the blessing in this lesson is, man, that I seen a lot of things, I went through a lot of things, and I managed to be blessed enough to get out here, man, and to deliver this message, whereas to you, don't never have to go in there to get this message the hard way. You know, I didn't even have to come out. I'm blessed that I did, you know, but my life could have been taken at any day, you know. So I'm blessed, man, and I want y'all to get this message, man, and I want y'all to understand that if you out here and you living, you above ground, you blessed. Just stay free. Hope y'all got something out of this video, man, that you can share with somebody and help somebody. But I'll be back soon. TBP, salute. I love y'all, all my members. I love y'all. We tipping on 50K. Let's get there and let's keep on pushing. But in the meantime, in between time, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you soon. Be safe, be smart, make good decisions. Boom.
The bacon special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.